you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the noose, and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn, you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. Ha, I agree, but you did, and I hate her. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter.
Hey all, welcome back. Welcome to today's segment. I hope you're all having a great day. I can tell you who is not having a great day. In fact, they're not having a good weekend. And that is the people of LA. And honestly, it's too bad. I'm sure most of you have seen footage or have watched some coverage of the riots going on in Los Angeles. And it's a shame. You know, I watch some of this coverage and I'm looking at those that are protesting or peacefully protesting in air quotes, and those that are covering it, and it just amazes me. I'm watching this, and probably I'd say about a third of this group is all media coverage. So that right there, it's already a bad sign. Number two, the other third, I say, are white liberals. And then you have the other third, people that are actually affected by, you know, these raids from ICE and CBP. And, you know, it's a shame because today I was watching a little bit of coverage and I saw something, and it really just showed me where we are as a society, not necessarily as a country, but as a society. And there were these two guys, two different groups of people. Okay. Mind you, one guy was with a group that was waving an American flag. And then the other guy was with another group that was waving a Mexican flag. And mind you, the whole time that they're showing this group, they're all walking the same direction. They're all doing their chants. They're all doing the whole, you know, typical leftist, you know, cult nonsense. And they walk by another group, and the guy carrying the American flag turns, and you can say he visibly says something, but with the audible of like the chants and everything, you can't hear what's going on. All you can hear is the chanting from the crowd. And the next thing you know, the guy with the Mexican flag goes over to him and starts pushing the guy with the American flag. Now, mind you, these are all protesters that are on the same side, protesting for the same thing. And what happens? Okay, you're in a very emotional like situation, a very stressful like environment. Okay, you have police trying to keep order. You have National Guard there trying to keep order to back up, you know, the local police. So what happens? Okay, the scuffle begins within these three groups. All right. Now I said I'd say a third of these people that are, you know, in this area are media. They see the scuffle. All you see are all these cameras converge on the one spot where this scuffle is beginning. You have another group that's trying to break it up, pull the guy out of there, and all for what? The guy's protesting probably the same thing that you're there protesting for. And what are you doing? You get into a fight with him for what? Because his skin was too light or wasn't dark enough. You know, and that's what makes me really sick about the situation is nobody cared. You had that third group that was there between the two that were fighting, trying to break it up. But the media, they didn't care. They wanted it to happen because they wanted to catch that footage. And it was disgusting. It was truly, truly disgusting. And that's where we're at as a society. I mean, you have 24-hour coverage, as you can see here in just this little segment that I'm doing for you guys. I'm using some of the live footage from an LA TV station. This is their live coverage. And you can see here, there's issues going on with the police. Now, as a Mexican American, seeing protests like this is one thing. It's one thing to protest, but it's embarrassing to a Mexican American like myself who was born here and raised here My first country is the United States. I'm an American. I have a cultural background of being Mexican, but I am an American. And see, and this is what's embarrassing to me as a Mexican. It's one thing to, like I said, it's one thing to protest, speak your mind. You have that right to, protest and assemble, peacefully. But then when you have media covering stuff like this, with the cameras, people get more emotional. They get more emotional. And what happens? They get higher. Things get hotter. When there is a confrontation with, law, it gets heavier. And what happens? The law is going to win. Just because, you portray yourself as an oppressed, demographic. It's not exactly how it works. If you're born here in the United States, someone's gonna say, no, you have white privilege or you do whatever. That's bull crap. It's bull crap. Put on your shoes, put on your work shoes, put on your big boy pants, work through it. Work through it. Do what you have to do. Legally, of course. But no, it's you look at this. It's insulting. To me, it is insulting. Because I know people are better than this. And what makes this comical, okay? It's happening in Los Angeles. A seriously dark blue, left-leaning city. All right? And you have the citizens of the area that are protesting who are actually protesting against the ICE raids that are going on right now for the deportation of illegal immigrants. And the law enforcement of the city are actually on the same side as the citizens that are protesting. And what makes it even funnier is these people, they're just destroying their own city. I mean, if you look at any of the footage of these riots, all these buildings that are tagged, vandalized, the looting that has already gone on in the last couple days, it's a joke. How is doing those things going to bring better awareness to what you're trying to fight for? It doesn't. All it does is make the culture look bad. One of the biggest things is I hate stereotypes. I've always hated stereotypes growing up. And it always bothered me when I saw my family or even, people that are in my culture fall into those stereotypes. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, do you realize how ridiculous you look, how ignorant you appear or coming across? And it insults me more. It's embarrassing. And, in some of the footage I saw today, not today, but last night, actually, I was kind of late watching some of the footage, was a group of, I'm guessing Mexicans, because they were carrying a Mexican flag. They had masks on, all this stuff. And they're just yelling into the camera, talking about, this is indigenous land. You don't belong here. This is our land. You stole it from us. You took it from us. Well, I got bad news for you. Yeah, we did. Because there was a war between us and Mexico. We won. That's how nations are formed. That's what happens. I mean, if you want to, get really into the weeds about this, we can. I mean, look at how much money we're dumping into Ukraine. All right. But why are we doing that? Why isn't the left fighting against dumping money into the Ukrainian war? Same thing. Ukraine used to be a part of Russia. Initially, Russians want it back. So why aren't we letting the Russians take back their land? It's their country. It was always their country. But yet we're sending money to the Ukrainian army, over there to the Ukraine to fight against Russia because they want to take their own land back. It's the same thing. You have to pick. You got to pick your wars. You got to pick your arguments. And when you're doing things like this, what we're watching, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Because all it's going to take, like right now, as you're seeing here, you have the police lined up and they're trying to suppress this crowd. Get them out of there. Get them away from the police buildings, the federal buildings, the courthouses. Because all it's going to lead to is one person. And what's sad, it's probably not all those ones that are right there in the front that are probably going to get themselves in trouble. They're going to eventually disperse. what it is, you're going to see someone in this crowd probably, or hear about someone in the crowd that's way, way away. Like just now, you just saw something fly across the screen. It wasn't someone who was in the front. It was someone that was in the back. And when stuff like that starts happening, that is how these riots are triggered. Because it forces the police to defend themselves and to disperse the crowd with a little bit more aggression. Not because of those that are in the front. It's always someone who's hiding behind someone else. And that's the way it always works. Now, I don't know if any of you ever watched the Amazon series, The Boys. When this last season, when the government wanted both sides to go off, what did they do? Implants. They put people in the crowd to start the riots. And I'm sure there are going to be people here in these crowds tonight that are going to be there specifically just to get the reaction. It's just to get the police to react the way they want them to react. They'll get their lawsuits. They're going to get their TV exposure. They're going to get their cause exposure. But it gives the overall argument a bad name. It's a really bad look. And that's what it's, when I see these, it's a joke because unfortunately, you know, individuals are smart. People are stupid. And what I see when I see stuff like this, I see stupid people. And that it's a shame because, you know, like I said, I'm not anti-immigration. I am very pro-legal immigration. But if you come here illegally, then you got to get the hell out of here. And this just is not going to help your argument. Especially when, you know, we have, you know, honestly, it's a national mandated, you know, a president that was voted in with a national mandate based on deporting, you know, illegal immigrants. That was what the population, that is what everyone voted for. You might not agree with it, but as a mandate, that is what was voted for. So you always talk about, oh, well, our democracy this, democracy that. Leave it up to democracy. Well, democracy has spoken. They spoke last November. Everyone voted for deportation. One of these policies that are on Trump's, you know, in his agenda. But yet you're going to sit here and you got a whole bunch of people that are going to riot, protest, and say, look at that. Right there. That little incident right there on TV. Who was it? White liberals. Amazing. You know, it's funny. I got a buddy, another Hispanic buddy. His name's Angel. If you're checking this out, Angel, what's up? I love you, even though we have two different political views. Completely get it. Everyone's got their choice. But like he has a saying, and you know, it's not meant in a mean-spirited way, but it's the best way. I'm going to quote you, Angel, like right there. Fucking white people. And that is what I'm talking about. It's stupid things like that pop off these things that make them worse. And what is it? It's stupid people. And it's something that's not needed. You know, it's one thing, you know, say your piece, assemble peacefully. But as soon as you start disrupting, you know, every other citizen's daily, you know, commute or work or way to, you know, make a living, that is when it becomes unlawful. It is no longer a legal, peaceful protest. And that is why the police do what they do. And that's what a lot of these people count on. It's too bad. But I didn't want to drag this out very long. So if you guys, you know, hey, you dig what I'm doing, like I said, give me a big old thumbs up, give me a like, share it, give me a sub. I appreciate it. And of course, if you don't agree with it, hey, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll argue with you. Very, very happily argue with you. And so yeah. So if you guys get some time, just check some stuff out. Check this stuff out, and just don't think about the politics or the cause of the protest. Just watch the people. Watch the people. Watch how they act. Look what they're doing, and understand that the police have a job to do, and these people are there to disrupt that. And you can see that it's not smart people that are doing this. It's stupid people. But that's just my opinion. And anyway, if you like it, cool. Don't, oh well. All right, but I'm going to go. I don't want to keep you guys, and I didn't want to be on here all night. Plus, I want to go back and watch some more footage that I didn't get to see yet today. And so, yeah, that'll be it. And hopefully, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Be good. I love yous, and hopefully it's not another 2 months before I do a segment. All right, talk to you later.